Yo, welcome back to the channel, folks. Hey, if you're new to the channel, me and my wife Dulce, we specialize in locating and relocating thrifted items. And we do this by the means of Goodwill bins. We go to garage sales, we pawn shop sometimes. Anywhere we can find a good deal, or just in general something that we can save and bring back to the circle of life. That's what we love to do. One of the biggest purposes of us doing this is that we want to be able to curate some of these items, right? Bring them back or take them back to people that can enjoy these. So when we source at the Goodwill bins, it's stuff that's already sat at the Goodwill retail stores and stuff that's probably hasn't sold for their prices. So they end up taking it all the way to their bins, their outlets. And here's when me and my wife, we definitely have a lot of fun and we go digging. We dig for stuff that we can give back to somebody that's going to use it, right? Whether it's a garment, whether it's a toy for a child, whether it's some kind of item that I or Dulce feels could be beneficial for somebody, you know, whether if they're going to fix something, it could be for parts, you name it. You know, if we find that it's something that we would love, I'm sure somebody out there would as well. And so we do that. So you buy low, you buy cheaply, you buy $1.29 by the pound here in Oregon. That's, you know, going rate. I'm sure it's a little different wherever you're at. Might be cheaper or it might be more. But here we do $1.29 a pound when you hit 25 pounds, and we always try to meet that quota, right? You know, with that said, it's all about reviving that perfectly good item and relocating to a family, right? As I mentioned, that's the whole thing. But in that same process, if we're able to, you know, get a little profit from finding that item and saving it from the landfill, then good. You know, we did two things. We got paid a little bit and we found a good home for the item. So once we find that item, we ended up posting it on our shops. We have a couple different ones. We post on Mercari, we do Facebook Marketplace, we do a little bit of eBay for mostly parts. So if this kind of content is interesting to you, if you like to kind of go through the bins with us every once in a while, I'll do a post like that. It's fun to see. I don't know that there's a lot of benefit in spending time kind of, you know, watching us source and kind of toss things around at the bins, but we'll do it, you know, and we'll post it every once in a while. But the primary goal for me on this content is to really dive into certain items or certain niches. Maybe how I post things, how Dulce posts her clothing and her shoes, so that you can really get good content, good information, so that if you're looking to do this as a part-time and supplement a little bit of your income, whether it's for your bills, whether it's to maybe save for a little vacation time, or just, you know, again, just to supplement your income, then I feel doing this on the side is definitely a viable option. When you think of investing, this is what you're doing. You're investing on some of these items, hold them until the right person comes along, and you make some money on it doing that, right? So as long as you have a little closet, a little wall space, or somewhere where you can kind of set these items and wait until somebody buys it, you're golden. You're able to do this. So I'm going to be showing you how I post on Mercari today, and it's just a couple different things. So after we source the items, what do I do? What do I do with the item? And I want to take you through that process. I know that a lot of people do it, and you'll see this a lot on YouTube. This is just my vision. This is how I do things. And when Dulce shows you how she does hers, that's just how we do it. But I think when you see different content, if you see different content, you'll come up with your own ideas, right? This is, again, just the way I do it and the way Dulce does it. Is it right? Is it wrong? If it gets done, I think you're okay. Okay, so stay tuned. I'm gonna show you some things. I'm gonna show you how I post a couple toys, how I go about my day to post. You know, I try to do 10 a day. Yeah, let's get to it. Let's get to work. Okay, so let's start off with finding something to post, because that's what I tend to do. Is like when I come into my shop, I'm like, okay, what haven't I posted recently that I wanna you know, try to post up. So one of the things that I caught my eye was this because we talked about it in one episode where I already sold it and I haven't posted a new Peppa Pig. So let's post a new set. This is what I do. Okay, so I will take this item over here. Okay, and as you can see, it needs to be cleaned. So we're gonna do that right now. So all we need to do is basically inspect it for any flaws. Make sure there's nothing wrong with it. There's no real markings on here. Here's a power button down here. So we'll turn it on.
Jump in muddy puddles. You must wear your boots.
Cool, so it works.
This is how you jump in muddy puddles.
Got the door.
You jump.
And so then just a quick wipe down, right? We just want to wipe it down. Make it sanitized for the next child that's going to use this. This one we got at the bins. It's been tossed around with other stuff, and you know, just a peace of mind to be able to wipe it down. I'm sure, you know, folks will still get this and wipe it down for their kids, but I always say it's been cleaned and sanitized in my description. So we'll take one of these dry erasers, and you go where the markings at, and just real lightly. You see that little scuff right here? Just a nice little scuff. Black. Just kind of take that and just go over it, and it cleans it right up. Okay. Just like that. Comes off right away. It's a good little investment to get these dry erasers. Just go over it, even down here. Maybe just a quick wipe down. So if you've got markers, pens, anything like that, this will help clean that up. Any stubborn stain definitely will help. So there we go. So it's clean. Now let's go find some toys to make a nice little bundle. Okie dokie, let's do it. So here's my bin of Peppa Pig stuff. Again, you know, here's all my new little people, well, new versions, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Same thing, I've got everything kind of alphabetized to what I look for. You know, Beyblades, some dollhouse stuff, dragons, Pokemon, pirates, and here's the Peppa Pig stuff. So again, a car I think is a must, and here, look, I have 3. Why? Because I found them, and so I'll keep them and use them as I need them. Okay, so let's grab this bin and take it over to the table so we can see it a little bit better together. Okay, so here we're at the table now. So I'm going to choose a car, and I know some of these are electronic as well. So we'll test it. This one doesn't work. It probably needs battery.
Are we nearly there yet?
That one works. So I don't have to do much. I'm just going to set it there for now. Put these other cars around. See, and so like these things are extra parts that I find at the bins, and it might not have a purpose right there and then, but if I had a house that needed that little extra staircase, then I have it, right? But it doesn't take any space in my little bin. Just put it away until I need it, you know. So here's a couple little accessories that, you know, we can start decorating the house, you know, things like that. Here's a little sink. Let's see. It's down there. Here's a little TV. Here's another sink. Maybe a birthday cake. Okay. So that's what I'm doing. That's how I set up my little scenario here. Here's a little kitchen and a chair. So you kind of see what I'm doing? I'm just building a story, right? So I don't want, you know, try to focus just not on just, you know, and I know, you know, people do it, and that's fine if you want to do it that way. You just want to post him on eBay and try to get $2-3. Cool, you could do that. But right here, I'm setting this up for a parent, a grandparent, maybe an uncle and an aunt, maybe a cousin, somebody that's going to want to say, hey, I want to give a gift to my nephew, my daughter, my niece, my whatever. They're gonna go and look for a toy. When you see this bundle on my page, you're like, wow, they've got a car, they've got little people, they've got accessories, they've got a whole house. It's pre-owned, but still has a lot of life. It has a good opportunity to give more life to a new child, right? It's got playability. There's still a lot of playability here. So now we just find some, you know, so here's a girl Peppa Pig. Here's a Papa Peppa Pig. Probably not Peppa Pig, but, you know. So then I'm just going to find some stuff a little bit, so they're not all the same. Get a nice little bundle going. There's a couple more chairs, so we can put it on that table there. So that's what I do. And like I said, a lot of this stuff is stuff that I found one day at the Goodwill bins. Maybe found this another day. Maybe found this last month. And it doesn't cost you anything doing it this way. It's just a matter of finding room or space wherever you're going to store your stuff, so that when the day comes and you have a nice little home here that we're ready to post up, well then, you know, you have accessories. Because you're not going to always find it all together. The house I didn't find with any of this stuff. It was just there. So I picked it up. So again, we just want to give it a quick little detail work. Make sure it's all nice and clean inside and out. Is it extra work? Absolutely is. You know, but it's all about your reputation. You know, you want people to be able to buy from you again, knowing like, wow, this guy, you know, went to the extreme, cleaned it out really well. He sanitized it. You'll be happy with the product that you give, and the customers will also be happy with your stuff. So you want to get good feedback, right? So we'll do that. All the little figures, just a quick little wipe down. So after they're all cleaned up, then you just start kind of setting yourself up with a nice little playset look, right? Make sure it all looks legit. Where's the kitchen? We'll do a kitchen right here, like that. For the purpose of showing them what we have, we're going to put tables and chairs down here. Some people over here. Just like that, you know? I mean, it's nothing crazy, right? So that's how we're going to take pictures. So now all I do is make sure my area is clean. And you don't have to have this kind of a, obviously I'm just using my area, but you might have a white box or a different background or whatever you want. Just making sure that you have enough light is really the key. So all I do now is take my pictures with my phone. So as you can see here, I'm just going to take a picture here like that. And then I'll go in for some detail pics here. Take the car pic there. Maybe another angle there. Okay. And then on a couple of the shots, what I like to do is I take a ruler, and just to give the person that's buying this kind of an idea how big the item is, right? So again, I'll take a picture. I won't be in frame just because it's a little bit large. Take pictures of that. Maybe put all this stuff back inside on one last one. And then do like a side pic of it. Like that. And then so that they know that the house is pretty clean, we'll turn it around. And we'll do one pic of the back. Like that. Okay, that's what you do with your pictures. Now at this point, what I do is I grab all my stuff and I'm going to put it into a bag. If you have bags laying around, or if you want to put it into a box right away, that's also good. And what I'm doing here is I want to get it all ready. Okay, so I have all my stuff here. I'm going to weigh this thing. We want to see how much it weighs, because you need that for your posting, your listing. So I have my scale here. We'll weigh it. So that's shy of 5 pounds. So that's 5 pounds. I'm gonna say that's 5 pounds, but I always add a pound for shipping for the box and the stuff I'm gonna add, the bubble wrap and all that stuff. So I'm right at 6 pounds. This will be a 6 pound shipping item. Okay. So now let's go to the Mercari app and I'll show you how I post, because what I want to do is I want to show you all the steps. And I know that the video can get boring for a lot of you that are already there, already know, and that's okay. This is definitely meant for somebody that hasn't ever gone on Mercari, and there's a lot of people that haven't done that. And that's what I want to share. I want to be able to show people how to do these things, because my family questions a lot of it. Like, I don't want to do it because I don't know what I'm doing on Mercari. How do I do it? What if like, I do something wrong? So if I'm able to do this and share so that they can see the videos when they're ready to post on themselves and make a little extra money, then hopefully anybody that watches my videos will be able to do the same thing. And that's the whole purpose, is to be able to share. Okay, so at this point, what I do is I'm going to go to eBay. And what I want to do is I want to kind of see what the whole concept, or at least what the house goes for, so I can get an idea where to price it at, right? I know that it's £6 or £5 to me, so at $1.29 for £5, I'm right around $7 for this whole set, what I paid for at the end of the day. Okay, so I'm gonna go here, I'm gonna go Peppa Pig 3-story house. Okay, and I'm gonna scroll until I find something. Oh, here we go. So here's one similar. It's a Peppa Pig playset house. Obviously, it's got a lot more than what I have to offer, but they're asking 75. So I'm gonna go to filter, go to the sold items, and here's something else. So here's a house with some other things for 59. Here's the 3-story house accessories for 59. Here's the house with box for 49. So I'm trying to find something that's a little bit more closer to what I have, which I don't have a lot, but I've got a decent play set in there. I mean, 123. Here's one for $24.99. Okay, so what I like to do is I'll click on that in itself. Okay, and then so that's pretty similar to what I have. It's got a couple accessories there. I have a car. So I'm going to click on the title and copy it. Okay, then we're going to go to Mercari. We're going to go to sell. We're going to list an item, and in the description as a title, I'm going to just paste it. Okay, it's incomplete. Okay, that one looks pretty good. So I'm going to post it again in the description. Peppa Pig's Peppa Family House, 4-story house. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 7 rooms, talks incomplete. And I'm going to say includes car with sounds working, because we know that it works. Some accessories and figures also included. I will put down that it's clean and sanitized. Oops. Clean and sanitized. Okay, and then we'll go here to add your photos. You click on add your photos. Go to your library. And then you got 1, 2, 3. You got all 9 pics that you took. Click on done. That's loading. As that's loading, you go down to your category. Click on that. Sometimes it generates itself and it tells you a category. Now, if it doesn't, you can view more if you like to. But this is a dollhouse and a playset, so I'm going to click on that. Brand is already listed for me, Peppa Pig. The condition, we know that it's good. There's some few minor it's played with, so that's okay. Then here you want to go to your delivery method, which is the next option. Click on that. We know that with a box and some stuff, it's going to be around £6. Then we're going to select carrier. Here you can choose whether you want to do any one of these. Okay, now I try to obviously go for what's a little bit more affordable at this point. You got one from FedEx Home for $16. You can go USPS for $22, and UPS Ground for $13, which is a more budget friendly one. But it's also, UPS is a good one for me, and I've never had issues there. So I'm going to click on UPS. I'm going to save that. Who pays for shipping? I always have them pay for it, so the buyer is paying for it. Then we're going to set our price. Sometimes it generates a price of what something similar has gone on Mercari. But if it doesn't, that means maybe something hasn't sold for a while. This one's for $24.99. You can go Peppa Pig car just to kind of see what that's the only other thing that has a little bit of value. So $10, $10 there. Okay. So if the other one's 24, I'm going to start it off at 35 bucks. Okay. And I've got room because I know that I'm 5 pounds. I'm probably around $7 my in cost. So after fees, it tells you right here that I'm going to earn $30.18. Okay. So I still got room. I mean, even if somebody offered me 25, I'm still going to come out with around $15 worth of profit. Okay. So I've got room to play with. So I'm going to click on next. And then you're going to list it. And that's it. Done. Success. That's how you post on Mercari. So once you've posted that, then, you know, the task is where am I going to set this to store it. Right now, I haven't found a place to put it, but just because of the video that we're doing, I'm just going to set it on this little crate here. But it won't live here for now. I'll end up, you know, trying to find a place up here for it and just leave it there. Again, if it sells quick, that's great. And if it doesn't, okay, you know, I mean, it's going to be out of the way. It's not going to spoil on you. It isn't food, so it's not going to do anything. A lot of the times when you think about it, toys, they usually go up in value in stuff that sits like that, right? It's not, you're not going to lose, and it's a good investment. So it's my investment. All this stuff over here is all my investment, stuff that I've put money into, and just holding it until someone needs it. You just got to remember, not everybody's going to need it right away. Just because you found this and somebody sold it for 20 bucks doesn't mean somebody else needs this right away. It's going to sit, and that's okay. As soon as somebody remembers that they need this for their collection, they'll pick it up. They'll buy it. If it's from you, it's from somebody else, just give it time. Don't rush it. I'm okay, you know, being the kind of person that, you know, can sit on stuff like this. It's not in my way. It's just my inventory. It's my store. There's no need to lower prices unless you just want to do a quick flash sale. Let's just say that you have maybe 20 people that have this on their views, right? People that are looking at this. Maybe then you can send like a 25% off coupon, right? Just, you know, send a coupon to them and say, hey, it's 25% off if you'd like to get it. And if you want to, like, because you know that you're in it for pennies anyways, right? That's the channel name, right? Pennies to dollars, for a reason. Because we're in it for pennies and we're going to create dollars when we need to. Don't feel pressed to sell unless you get into that pinch. But again, that's the whole purpose of having inventory. Just have it sit around, okay? So that's one item. Let's do another one. Let's play around with another one real quick since we're in the mood. Okay, so I know a lot of people call it a death pile. Like, they don't want to have a death pile, but I don't see it as a negative. I see that as an opportunity to have inventory. So like all this stuff, as if we're going to use our terminology, is a death pile. This is the death pile. All that stuff over here is a death pile. All of this stuff is death pile. Now, for me, it's inventory. It's just money that I've invested for a reason. I picked this up because I know that I'll make money on it, okay? So it's not a burden to have any of this stuff for me, you know? Old school Yamaha bags, like, it's not a burden. It's not doing anything. It's not gonna go bad on me. It's not gonna go stale on me. It's just a matter of when I can get to it to post it. So it's inventory for me. It's an investment. All of this stuff, anybody calls it a death pile, that's an investment for me. All of this just sits here waiting until I get a chance to post it. Now, I might maybe not go to the Goodwill bins or go thrifting on a good week. Let's just say, you know what, I'm not going to go a week. I'll save some money not doing that. And I'll come over here and I'll start posting a lot of the stuff that I have here already. Okay? So it's just an investment. The stuff that I have back here, which is a lot, I get it. A lot of you be like, wow, that's too much. I don't have the time or the effort. It's a business. Okay, it's a business. Now, all this stuff that I've shared earlier, when I get to post it, it'll sell. The right person will find it and it'll sell, right? So I'm okay holding it. It's not in my way. This shop has been dedicated just for the business purpose of being able to host stuff like this. And it's inventory. You know, sooner or later, someone's going to want this stuff. Someone's going to need it, you know, for their collection or for a gaming purpose or whatever, you know. So it's not in my way is what I'm trying to get at. So you might not have the ability to have this much stuff, and that's okay. You know, I look at this as money sitting here. I look at it as replacement stuff that someone's going to need. His RoboCop isn't fit for a collection because I know that he's missing part of his hand right there. But someone might need it because now they need that little back piece for theirs. Maybe theirs is complete but needs that little battery cover. maybe this head and this body is better than theirs and they want to replace it, and they have the hand. All they got to do is take the hand off their other one, put it into this one, and now they have a clean RoboCop, right? So again, that's how I look at my stuff. You know, pennies, $2. This might not generate, it costs me 20 cents at very most, okay, for a couple ounces. And if I can get $7 as a replacement on eBay, come on, 20 cents into $7 in return. I mean, you do that and you sell 20 of those per day, and you're gonna have a nice little check at the end of the month, right? So again, that's what I'm trying to really share is don't overthink it. Don't get frustrated with having the death pile. Don't get frustrated with having inventory, because it's money. It's you invested. You saw this. You saw the potential in this when you picked it up originally, and you know that you'll make money on it. It's just when you can get to post it. Okay, there's no harm in having all this stuff around. Trust me, you're gonna want to have this on a rainy day. Okay, and that's what I have here. So let's grab something else. So, well, I guess we could start off with this. Okay, so I want to post this. All I'm gonna do is I'll get like a little pedestal or table, put that guy right there, show that the tag is still there. We'll grab a ruler, we'll put that right there. Okay, same thing, let's take a picture, give you some close-ups just to make sure there's any details that need to be done. Picture of the tag, like that. Again, this is probably not what you want to see, but I know that there's folks out there that could use the help, and that's my target. You know, I get it. If you don't want to see this, you can definitely skip forward, but I just want to share. I want to be able to, you know, teach people how to do, so they're not afraid to do it, so that they know there's nothing, they're not doing anything wrong. This way they'll learn. Okay, so again, we took our pictures, and then I'm gonna go to, so again, I'm gonna go to eBay. This one's a little different and it's easier. We'll see. Well, we'll see. And you scan the barcode. Nothing showed up on eBay. Okay, so now at that point, what we do is we look it up by what it says. So it's a Disney sketchbook ornament, like that. And this one is Pinocchio. So Pinocchio, and there he is. So we'll find the right one, which is this one here. There's a couple different versions of it. You just got to make sure you get the right one. So here it is. So I'll click on that. Again, we'll click on that and copy it. We'll go back to our Mercari, open up listing item, go to your description, title, paste it. There you go. Go back to you describe the item right there, paste it, the same thing. Couple spaces, look it over. Is there any issues with it? I don't see anything. No chips, no nothing. So we'll say new with tags. We'll say no chips or cracks. And at the end, I will say see pics for condition. Okay, go back to your pics, add pics, go to your library, click on the 6 pictures that you took. You have up to 12, but you know, if you can only do so many with this one, so many angles. Okay, category comes up as a toy and collectibles, but this is it's an ornament, so it's Christmassy, right? So we could see if so maybe it's like a Christmas. And you could also search up here by your category and say Christmas. So there you go. You got Christmas, home, seasonal decor. It's a Disney brand, condition. It's new with tags. And then we're going to weigh it, right? So let's go weigh it. So once we weigh this, ends up being 7 ounces. But because it's kind of a porcelain, you want to pack it right. So we're going to go to the pound. So this will be a pound. So a pound, it's already there, first class. The buyer pays. We saw it's going for 24. So this one showed up as a $35 as maybe something that's sold in the past. But eBay's $24. I want to be competitive to that. I don't want to overprice it. You could leave it at that price if you'd like, but you know, I do want it to get to somebody that needs it. Again, for 8 ounces, 8 times 8 is 64 cents. This is my cost, 64 cents. Okay. So if I go 29, I'm still kind of in that blue area, just right. We're going to go next. And then, so I've got a lot of room to play with. Somebody offered me 15. I'm still good, right? And it's Christmas is not here yet, so I've still got a couple months before I really need to start messing around with prices. So then we list it. And there you go. We just posted another thing, and that's it. Okay. So as you can see, just in a little bit of time, we've got 2 people that had viewed this one already. And we've got Pinocchio there. So that's what we do. So now the thing is, like, what happens when I sell it? What happens? So when you sell it, you're going to see it in your inbox as something that's sold, right? So example, this one here, it says you've made a sale, Culinary Institute. So once you click on that, it tells me that it's sold, and all you have to do is print to your printer the slip. Once it comes out of the printer, you take that, or you put it into like a little sleeve on your box, and that's it. Then you click on this one, says contact carrier because I already did it, but it will tell you, have you taken it to the post office? And you just say yes, done, and there you go. That's it. That's all you have to do. Okay, there you go. So I'm just gonna do these 2 for today, just because I wanted to really focus on how I post on Mercari. Talked a little bit about some of the inventory that I have. None of this stuff affects me mentally any way, shape, or form. I just know that it's my investment. I've paid pennies on the stuff, and it's sitting here waiting for me to come and post when I have nothing else to do at home. Okay, so I do try to post 10 to 15 items per day to keep that store fed, because you want to really give it good traction, give yourself a good inventory list. It's virtual, so you have to look at that too. And people always ask me, hey, you've had this for 3 months, will you take $2 on it? I'm like, if it's a reasonable offer, take it. But the whole time thing doesn't affect me, because it's just a store. It's a virtual store. It's not going to go bad. So whether it's there for a month, 6 months, a year, I want that right person that really wants it to find it. And it's okay holding it, because I've got the room to hold it, and someone will come along and find it. So there you go. All right. So we got a little bit of work done, right? You saw how we posted a couple of these toys, a couple of these items, and that's how we do it every day. You know, just come out to your shop, your garage, your extra bedroom, guest room, shed, or whatever you have. Do your 10 posts every day. Get your store going with more items. The more items that you have, the more options that people have to buy from you, and therefore that income all depends on what you do. So this is all about you. Okay, so again, if you're interested in learning more about how we do things, if you just want to see us hunting, you just like the way we are, check back with us. Subscribe maybe after a couple episodes to see if what we're doing is deserving of your subscription, of your time. And if not, that's okay. Please keep looking at the videos. Sooner or later, I feel like you might see something that you maybe didn't know, and I'd be proud to say, like, hey, I helped you. I helped you. You found that. You saved that item. You got it to the right person. And again, that's a big part of what I do, is not just the funds and the money, but it's also, reviving and saving items and getting it to the right home. Juggle both of those together in a nice balance, and I guarantee that you're going to be making money. Don't just focus on money. Try to focus on the item itself. And whether I'm naive to that concept or not, the passion is there for that. So I definitely love to rescue stuff from the landfills, and by doing what we do, we can get it out to the people. Again, you got to think about it. If you don't do that, if we don't have the I call ourselves the rehoming unit. If you don't have people like us willing to resell items, rescuing items from the Goodwill bins, if you don't have people saving these items from garage sales before they get thrown away, Where are you gonna find those pieces to complete your video game collection? Where are you gonna find that little arm to, fix a Godzilla? Where are you gonna find some of these things to fix some of your old electronics from the 60s, the 70s, the 80s? I mean, you gotta think about that. You just can't walk into any store nowadays and ask for any part and say, hey, do you have this 1976 tuning dial for my stereo? No, they're not. So again, a lot of what we do with reselling, and as a reseller, as a person that likes to rehome items, hustler, I don't know what you call yourselves, but whatever it is, the people that are buying the stuff appreciate it. And I know a lot of people say, you're a reseller. Oh, okay. Oh my God. Like, why? Why is that bad? You're recycling, you're renewing, you're reusing, you're the all of those re's, right? You're doing the earth a good thing. And you're also getting parts and pieces and reviving things for people that forgot about them. And that's a beautiful thing. Because when you see that one item, see, like example, all this stuff back here has been done by what I do here, small. Like it's not an overnight thing. It's accumulating enough money to then I can go buy other things, take some of those games that I need, put it in my collection, and then sell off the remaining stuff. And I do that like I do with toys. So I'll buy all these toys and then I'll sell them, get that money, buy a small game collection that I found on for a good deal on Mercari, on OfferUp, Facebook Local, anywhere, Craigslist, anywhere. And that accumulated this whole collection behind me. And we'll talk more about all that stuff, down the road. It's not the focus of what I'm trying to show you and share the information with you. I really want to give you guys content that will help you find smalls so that you can flip them, make some bucks again, and revive the item and put money into your pockets. So that's the focus. Sooner or later, I'll talk about all this stuff back here. I just use this room because it's where I have the best light and it's the quietest. So hopefully the conversation is a little bit cleaner between me and you guys. Okay, so again, check back, subscribe after a few episodes if you find it deserving. Comment below if there's anything that you'd like for me to talk about, share, anything. If I'm not doing good, I'd love to hear it because I feed off that kind of information. I want to know the goods, but you also need to know the bads because that's what's going to make me grow into a better channel for you. And again, this is all for you, right? I don't need to be doing this, but I feel like me and my wife do that needs to be caught before they go to the landfills, before they get shipped out to other countries and lose it, right? And if we don't use it. So thank you again. Always be kind. Rewind. Much love.